Hi guys, today we're going to be working on this crisscross design using some ILNP pastel holos. If you like nail art, be sure you're subscribed to my channel, My Simple Little Pleasures. And if you'd like to see how I did this design, just stay tuned. Starting out with clean, dry nails, we're going to begin with the base coat. I'm using Ready for Takeoff, which is a peel-off base. And you can use whichever is your personal favorite. The colors that we're going to be using today are mainly from ILNP, with a couple exceptions, one of which is OPI Black Onyx, which I'll be using as my base color, and Orly's Matte Top Coat, which I'll be using to kind of create a guide and make sure that the design stays all on my nails instead of overflowing. Then we have Rose Water, which is kind of a pink, and I apologize that my camera doesn't pick up all the holo because of my ring light, but I think you can get a pretty good idea of the colors if I move the bottles around a bit. Then we have Sunday Brunch, which is moving into kind of more of a golden yellow. Then we have Spring Bouquet, which is a green. And these are all from the same collection. This is from their 2017 spring collection. We've got Easy Street, which is kind of a turquoise. Then we have Full Moon, which I was wearing as a plain manicure. You may have seen the polish in motion for this. And that's actually what kind of inspired this whole design. And finally we have Chit Chat, which is the purple. So I'm going to go ahead and add a couple coats of black onyx, and then we'll be moving on to the design. So when I was testing this design in my polished notebook, the one thing that seemed like I would really need to keep an eye on was keeping it completely on my nail. And I thought about it for a little while, and I decided that I need a little bit of a guide, but I don't want the guide to be super obvious. So I'm going to use just a little bit of matte, and I'm going to dot out some guidelines for myself. And I'm going to just dot it out on a lid here. This is the lid I was doing some of my testing on during stream yesterday, and I will show you some of the experiments in my polish sketchbook at the end of stream, but I'm just going to dab a little bit of that out. And then I've got a small dotting tool here. Actually, let me make sure that's clean. And I'm just going to create a dot on each side of my nail at like the middle point, and then a couple dots on each side of that. So a total of like 6 down the middle and 2 on each side. And I'm sure that's not showing up ideally, but it's just to kind of let me know where I am on my nail as I start doing this design, so that I don't go right off the end, since I'm using 6 colors, and I really just need to be very mindful to keep them very close together and not have too much spaces. So it's not imperative that the guidelines are perfect, or the guide dots, I guess I should call them, but just enough that they are there. So as you can hopefully see, I've got some very subtle guide dots on there. And the nice thing about using the matte polish is when I top coat this, they'll just disappear. I'm going to be using all 6 colors in a generally rainbow order. I know these aren't exactly rainbow colors, I'm aware, but they're close enough for my purposes. Whoa. And we're going to be starting at the bottom with the pink, and for the first X I'm going to be trying to cross the bottom dot and make it to that middle dot on the side of my nail. And then the final dot, after I do all the pink ones on all my nails, will be purple, going from the middle dot through the top dot, if that hopefully makes sense. If it doesn't make exact sense, I will of course be showing you guys, and I'm going to be doing one color at a time. See if I can kind of get my little palette in here. I'm going to be doing one color at a time so that I can, not let my polish dry out. And I'm using just a very small brush. You may prefer a liner, but this one works well for me. I'm really, really, really tempted to go in and try to do a little bit of touch-up with black in areas where I feel like I got the lines a little bit too close, but the voice of experience is telling me that that would turn out to be a disaster. So I'm just going to go ahead and clean up a couple little spots around the edges where things got messy, and then we'll move on to top coat. Finally, we're going to finish off with a top coat. As usual, I'm using Sèche Vite. So here's the finished manicure, and I've got kind of mixed feelings on it. I don't love it. I don't hate it. There's just a lot that I would change. It would definitely be easier on longer nails, but I don't think length was the only problem because my thumbnails, my right thumb is actually like my shortest nail right now, and I feel like these actually turned out the best compared to my other nails, and I'm thinking it may be because they're wider. Let me get a little bit different angle on the lines, and maybe I should have tried to make more of a wide angle on my regular nails, because like if you look, like on my nails, I created the lines kind of crossing at pretty much of a right angle. On my thumbs, because they're wider, the angle was also wider, and I think that worked out better. So I would still prefer, even on my thumbs, to have more black in between like I had in my testing. But even though my testing swatches, which actually appear to be showing the colors a little bit better than they're showing on my nails, I try to keep my testing swatches fairly small, but even still, they're obviously larger than my nails. So the lines got smushed closer together. I lost the black in between the lines, which was helpful for definition. And overall, just I'm frustrated. I'm not gonna lie about it. I try to stay positive about my designs even when they're not quite what I want, but this one is frustrating me. I do still really like this one here, which is just the single lines, and I feel like I might have better luck maintaining that black in between them that way. So when I take this off, likely in the next couple days, I don't plan on wearing it long, maybe I'll revisit that idea with these same colors. Maybe not. I've got a lot of other ideas too. But I'd love to hear what you guys think down in the comments, especially those of you that were in stream yesterday. I know most of chat, this was the favorite design out of the freehand options after water marbling and drip marbling and blobicures all failed. But I even after all that testing, I'm not quite happy with how it transferred onto the nail. But I'd love to hear what you think down in the comments. If you'd like to be around for the next round of testing, be sure to give me a follow over on Twitch. If you just want to see the testing, the stream will be uploaded here on YouTube tomorrow. Hope you guys all have a great evening, and as always, thanks for watching.